Welcome. You have activated all systems. Deactivation is not an option. The end is where we begin.
Morgan's going to fake it to Hoek's going to roll out to his right. This is a tackle, puts it deep.
Oh, look at this.
And complete to number 25.
Aaron
Down
rolling.
to 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown.
There you go.
Pinnacle. All day, all day, all day. Trying to
Run,
come back.
Brian, run.
Oh, there it is, there it is. They make the net.
Boom. Boom.
There's Gillis Ross.
Yeah, oh my God, goodness. Wow. One-handed, incredible.
That is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
Hey everybody, and welcome to week 6 of the JV football season. This is Andy Thomas, and tonight the 3-2 Pioneers travel to take on Brophy College Prep. Pinnacle notched another win last week against the Chaparral Firebirds, in which they put together a complete game in disassembling the Firebirds in all aspects. Tonight they're going to be tested by the Brophy Broncos, who are 2-4 and have had what look to be reasonable losses to pretty tough opponents. Their varsity team is 1-5, and their freshman team blew out our Frosh team and pretty much everyone else they've looked at this season. Pinnacle is going to have to play another disciplined game just like they did last week. So with me tonight, Andy Polito. Andy, what are your thoughts on the game? Where are the keys?
Oh my God, keys. Just like any game, Andrew, when you talk about keys, you talk about execution. Everybody's got a job out there. If you just do your job, we execute, and we walk out of here with another W. That's the way it's going to work. That's the way it's worked in the past. But let me say this, too. The coaching staff at Pinnacle over the course of the last 5-6 weeks has taken this team from what I believed would have been average to, I think, almost superstar status at this point. They are functioning at a high level on every single phase of the game. The offense is doing what the offense needs to do. The defense is stopping the run and the pass when they need to do it. And you know what? The biggest thing for me right now, special teams is doing exceedingly well right now.
We take it for granted, but our special teams and JV have been really good. What about dangerous Dean Vincent? I'm expecting a big game out of him tonight.
Let me tell you, dangerous Dean Vincent is like nothing I've seen in quite a long time, a sophomore level. This kid has instincts that are like Troy Polamalu. He's got cat-like reflexes, and he's got strength of the Incredible Hulk. I expect him to spend...
You cannot exaggerate that enough.
No, I expect him to spend a lot of time in the backfield with Brophy to the point where he probably gets his mail delivered there before the fourth quarter arrives.
I think that was a strong endorsement of Dean Vincent.
You know, I woke up on Sunday morning with 3 Pinnacle Pioneers spending the night. Love having these kids. Jace Pena was over, Joe Day was over, and Dean Vincent. And Dean Vincent and I enjoyed some strawberry crepes with Nutella throughout the morning and had a nice long chat. He's a great kid, as is Joe Day and Jace Pena.
Well, we won't hold it against them that they stayed at your house.
I know. They came out okay, though.
All right, kickoff.
We got 2 guys waiting for the ball. One of them looks like number 3. That's Dominic Polito. Gotta love that kid. Ball goes to his side of the field, but it's short, and he's gonna pick it up. He's got the ball. He's running up the right sideline to the 15, 20, 25, and out of bounds at the 26-yard line. I don't know what it is, but if for some reason each team seems to kick the ball to the right side of the field, I'm happy to see it go left for a change.
Yep. Great job by Dominic staying with that. And, hey, we get to see week number 4 of Jack Bridgeford at quarterback.
You want to talk about a success story?
Yeah.
I had a little chat with Jack's dad at the Pinnacle game at Chaparral for varsity last week. Everybody in that family is proud of that kid, and he's doing a yeoman's job out there right now. Here comes the snap from Mr. Bridgeford. We've got guys bunched up on the left side of the field. Fake to the right, handoff to the left, goes over to Joe Day. Joe Day moves forward for looks like about 2 yards. You know what? I expect to call the name Joe Day a lot tonight, as I do every night. But his dad seems to be standing right in front of me now doing some absolutely awesome work on this camera. So his smile is quite big, and he's going to hear his son's name firsthand a lot tonight.
Joe Day of Reckoning.
Joe's Day of Reckoning. I like that, Andrew. All right, so, you know, our vantage point here at Brophy is slightly different than other venues we've been at, Andrew. As you can tell, we're only about, I would say, 12 or 15 feet off the hard deck here, where we're normally about 20, 25 feet. So it's going to be hard to see these formations. But as we set up, the Brophy Broncos are going into a 4-3 set, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Here's the snap. Jack Bridgeford back, looks left, looks right, scrambles to the right, heads out up the middle, tucks the ball and runs. He tries to put a move on the Brophy defender, but he's caught from behind about a yard shy of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
It certainly wasn't a pass protection problem.
No.
Definitely the receivers were well covered.
Yep. 3rd and 1 as we get this assembled here again.
As Andy mentioned, we are in a low vantage point, but we're with the hostile crowd. So hopefully we don't say anything that gets us injured.
And if we do, we'll have some colorful stories to tell next week. Jack Bridgeford out of the shotgun. He's got Joe Day in the backfield. Here's the snap. The handoff is to Joe Day. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, and he tries to drive his legs forward, but he's stopped short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and with that brings up the punting team for the Pinnacle Pioneers. I got to tell you, the Brophy team looks quick and they look big. I'm not worried, though, because I think we got a great team that's well coached out there tonight.
Crispy Creaney on the punt.
Crispy Creaney.
See if we can pin him deep.
Let's see if he can glaze this one. He holds on to it. Did you see that? What's nice for you folks at home is the punter held the ball just a little bit to allow his coverage team to get down the field, because the rush that was oncoming wasn't that daunting for him. So that's a kind of a senior thing to do right there.
Yeah, forced out by Jack Gazer. Gazer beam.
It's a gazer beam tonight. All right, the Brophy Broncos set up shop with the nose of the ball just at the 40-yard line on their own side of the field. The Pinnacle defense on the field, they're going to start off with 3 down linemen. They've got 4 linebackers, but I got to tell you, number 8, Dean Vincent, who's been raking havoc for defenses all year, he just roves and goes wherever he wants. Unfortunately, I think we got a little bit of a miscue. 78 on the Pinnacle side. Yep, Luke Jeffries got a little anxious, which, you know what? I'm okay with it. It's the beginning of the game. Nobody got hurt. You're in, you're out.
Yep. Yeah, Luke Jeffries is ready to make some tackles.
All right. Here we go, Pinnacle. Working out of the shotgun. There's the snap, handoff to the running back, lone running back,
and
number
we got
7.
a hold.
Yes, we do. He tangled his way forward for about 4, close to 5 yards, which would have been a first down, but we have an a false start on the offense, and it's going to back it up 5 yards from the original first down, which is going to put us back to where we were right about the 40-yard line. Oops, no, wait a minute.
It looked like a hold 35. To me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a hold. Yeah. Here I am thinking it was a false start. Absolutely not.
Yeah, their offensive lineman took Luke Jeffries all the way to the ground and held him down.
You know what? From my vantage point, he can do that all night if he wants, and we'll take 10 yards every time.
Yep.
All right, now we're working out of a 1st and 16 from the 34-yard line. Here's the snap. Quick throw to the left to the slot back. He heard thunderous footsteps from the Pinnacle defense and dropped the ball right as it hit his hands. I don't blame him. That was an ugly pass. You don't want to catch something that ugly.
He heard the pitter-patter of Michael Martin's feet.
Michael Martin, there's a name we've been calling quite a bit recently.
Yep.
All right, second down 16. The officials decide to blow the whistle. He sachets on out to the ball and drops it back about another yard because it was inappropriately placed a yard further ahead than it should have been. That's a good eye right there.
Yep. No, that's great.
Working out of the shotgun is the Brophy offense. Here's the snap.
Oh, great
Dean
timing.
Vincent.
Oh, but we got to make that tackle.
Jeez. So we had a classic example of just really a great rush coming in. It looked like they sent an extra linebacker from the in the secondary, and then they complete the pass and they fall forward because of a missed tackle. They're now at the 48-yard line of Pinnacle, and it was plenty of yardage for a first down for Brophy.
Anytime you're running a blitz, you're taking that risk of taking a person out of the coverage area.
Exactly right. So Pinnacle's going with 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive back. Here's the handoff. He gets to the line of scrimmage, bowls his way forward for about 8 yards. That was a pretty nice run, unfortunately. The Pinnacle defense is looking like they're at the bend, but let's not break point, okay? We just started the first quarter. We're only 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Plenty of time to suck it up and start putting the hurt on these guys.
Looked like Blake Donnelly on that tackle.
Blake Donnelly in the house. All right. Again, working out of the shotgun. One running back. The handoff is to the running back. He moves right behind his offensive line to the right side of the field. Fortunately, he gets about a yard maybe.
Tripped up by number 4, Asher Friedlander.
Yeah. You know what, Asher Friedlander, that was an injury at the beginning of this season. It's nice to see Asher back on the field right now. Asher's got a lot of excitement in his bones. I love watching that kid play too. It's a third down with 2 yards. They're not going with a spread offense. They're tightening it up. They're hoping that, yes, they were hoping that their offensive line could bull a hole in that defense for Pinnacle. But what happened was he was tripped up just behind the line, and it's going to be a 4th and 1 up.
Yep. Dean Vincent got in pretty quickly and basically got some shoestrings of that guy.
Yeah, he
him
did.
To the ground.
He's got a strong grasp. He grabbed that kid's ankles and wouldn't let him go. They're going for it on 4th and short. It's a 4th and 1. The scoreboard says 4th and 3, but it's 4th and 1. There's the snap, and there's the handoff, and he is very close. I think he got the first down, Andrew.
It does appear that he got it.
He did. They're moving the sticks.
Tackled by Dylan Ockrey and a host of others.
Yeah, Brophy wins that battle at the line of scrimmage this time.
They're putting a lot of pressure on. They're not quite doing a hurry-up offense, but they're moving in a hurry, getting to the line very quickly.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that. I like to see a well-run offense that's disciplined, that can go out there, call multiple plays, and then take the defense off their heel and put them on their heels. And here comes Dean around the backside. Dean Vincent doesn't quite get there, but the handoff was right up the middle. The offensive line for Brophy opens up a pretty nice hole into the Pinnacle defense, where he picks up what looks like about 4 or 5 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and, say, 6, maybe 5.
Troy Vincent and Ian Garcia on the tackle.
All right, 2nd down and 6. Brophy setting up shop here. They're inside the 35-yard line of Pinnacle. Here's the snap, 1 setback. There he is. The handoff is to the single running back. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, Andrew, and that's a fine defensive play by Pinnacle.
Yeah, Dylan Ockrey was on, blitz, and it worked this time.
Yeah. So the quarterback for Brophy walks over to the side of the field, gets a little bit of a signal from the coach, kind of telegraphing in what his next play is. He goes to the huddle, conveys that to the team, and they assemble at the line. Pinnacle again with a 3-3 defense, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. We got 5 defensive backs, and there goes dangerous Dean Vincent. You know what? He's got good instincts, but not on that play. We're going to have an offsides on the Pinnacle offense, which is going to take us to a 3rd and 1 now. It's a completely different play set. They can do anything they want. They're going to probably run right up the middle and hope that their offensive line can open up a hole.
Well, aggressive defense, we're seeing it again tonight. We got to work a little bit on the discipline.
Yep. You know, well, let's watch this play, and I'll give you another little tidbit here. There's the handoff. Oh, my God. He is met in the backfield with Dean Vincent, and who's the other gentleman? Dylan Ockrey, man. Dylan Ockrey is all over this like, a cat on a ball of yarn. But it wasn't quite enough to keep him from the first down. They did get the first down.
This is definitely a long play drive. I mean,
yeah.
Lots of runs.
Here's one thing that differs in this game at the high school level in most cases versus college at the professionals. You have a play clock that's in the end zone, and you can look at the play clock, and then as a defensive lineman or a linebacker, you can kind of time the way you're going to rush and hit that line. When that clock gets down to like 2 or 3 seconds, you know when the ball is going to be snapped, and it's much easier to time it. Anyway, we got a handoff over to the left side of the offensive line, and he goes forward for what looks like about 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see who made that tackle. That might have been 24, Michael Martin. Or Gazerbeam.
Looks like it might have been Jack Gazer. And I heard the guy on the PA say that because I didn't see it myself.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Exactly. All right, Andrew. I would bet that this is, again, going to be another run. If it works, you continue to stick with it. And he fakes, and here it is, a long pass. Oh, my God. He goes up for that ball, and he is met very abruptly by Dominic Polito, who takes him to the ground. I'm proud of you, son. Nice work on that one.
Dominic gave him a little something to think about.
You know what? We call him the Dominator.
Yep.
And if he makes people fall, we call him Domino.
Nice.
All right, we've got a 3rd and 3. They got to get this first down to keep this drive alive. Working out of the shotgun. Here comes the snap. The handoff is to the single setback, and he is met in the backfield.
Ian Garcia penetrated, got him right away.
Yeah, Ian Garcia was all over that. Now this brings up an interesting situation because now it's 4th and 3. And it's close enough to kick a field goal, but they went for it on 4th down last time, and they may do it again here. I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they have had a lot of success running, last play notwithstanding.
So they lost 2 yards on that one. It's a 4th and 5, and this is an interesting call here. Do you take what could be the sure points? Yeah. They choose not to, and they're going to gamble. It's a roll of the dice. Nobody in the backfield. This is going to be a pass. We have a false start now on the offensive line. That changes everything. A 4th and 10. They may decide to punt or go for a long field goal.
Yep, that couldn't have happened at a better time. A real momentum killer.
Yep.
Now, we haven't seen them do much passing yet tonight. It's been all runs.
2 passes.
Yep. And one of them was dropped.
No, 3. 2 were dropped, 1 was caught, it looks like.
Yeah, one was sailed.
Okay. They're going for it. They have a little protection in the backfield with running back. I'm guessing he's there to block. Here comes the snap. He's under center. There's a fake handoff. He rolls to his right. He throws it up in the air. It's caught by number 7 out of the backfield, but he's taken down right about the original line of scrimmage. They got nothing on that, and Pinnacle will take over on downs.
Great defensive play. Great. I've been in that position where all of a sudden it's a screen going over your head, and you're like, oh no, but good discipline.
You know what? Who made that tackle? Did you see?
I did not see that.
Whoever it was, I'm sorry to your parents, but that was a darn fine tackle because he had 5 red jerseys around him, and he wove his way in between that like a needle, and he stabbed that guy and took him down for no gain. Jack Bridgeford. He's out there. He's looking good. We've got Miles Stepney in the backfield. Joe Day is taking a breather, it looks like. Here's the snap. He does the option, hands off to Miles Stepney. Stepney gets the edge, gets forward for about 9 yards on the far side of the field. You know what, Andrew? I'm going to say it many times. That was a nifty run.
That was a nifty run. Good vision by Miles. He worked with his blockers and got outside, so that's a first down.
Yeah, so that's a classic example of the team each person doing their job and allowing that running back to get the yardage he needs for the first down.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go again. We've got 3 wide receivers to the left side of the field. One looks like one to the right. Here's the snap. The handoff is to Miles Stepney. He waits for a little hole, cuts back, gets about 2 yards, and then he's pushed backwards. He does not hit the ground, though. Let's just give him a little credit there.
Yep. They have to know that we're serious about that run in order to set up the pass. We got to keep doing it.
Amy, she is so helpful. I'm so glad she's here. I love that smile, and I love everything she does for us.
She is a producer and just produced a light. So that's how it's done.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's the snap. Handoff to the right side of the field. I'm guessing that was Miles Stephanie.
Yeah, that was Miles.
Stephanie, not Stephanie. Stephanie. Andrew just poked me and said, come on, man, get it right.
That's what I do.
We've got a third and what looks like about 7 yards to go for the first down. We're going to call that long because anything to me over 4 yards is pretty long. We're ticking down the waning seconds of the first quarter. We're under a minute. The Pinnacle offense approaches the line with no urgency. We've got one running back in the backfield. I can't see if that's Stephanie or if that's Joe Day.
Joe.
It's Joe Day setting up. Here's the snap. Joe Day's into block. Jack Bridgeford tries to step up. He doesn't. He moves to his right and tries to run for it. He gets tackled after a gain of about 2 yards. That's going to bring up a fourth down. Now, unfortunately, Andrew, we're on our own end of the field. You don't typically go for a first down on fourth down when you're in your own territory. We're just inside the 40-yard line of Pinnacle. The punter's going to come out. And who is that, Andrew?
Crispy Creaney, Ryan Creaney.
We want Crispy Creaney to glaze this one all the way to the end of the field. Back that guy up as far as you can and then allow your special teams to tackle him. Now, once again, Andrew, if the special teams, if the offensive line is able to hold the Brophy oncoming defense like they did last down, Crispy Creaney will hold that ball an extra couple of seconds. Then he'll put it up in the air so that the special teams covering the punt can get down there.
Hey, Andy, maybe we should start hitting some of these sponsor reads.
Let's do it.
Hey, the first one, Mint Condition. Thank you for your sponsorship. For all your health and wellness needs, visit our 7,000 square foot facility. Our services range from sports chiropractic and personal training to massage therapy and skincare. We want everybody in mint condition. Visit mintconditionstudio.com for more info. Did you just knock over my $3 water?
And I kept it from falling through the crack. While we're at it, on the way down, I'm on the run, and I had a hard time having something for dinner, but I was able to stop by Culver's. Culver's Frozen Custard on Cave Creek Road. Welcome to Delicious. That's Culver's, proud sponsor of the Pinnacle Pioneer Football Program. All right, we switched ends of the field. We're now heading south on 7th Street. Brophy is bunched up in the middle. Here comes the punt. He holds it again. Nice for about 2 seconds. The ball is going to sail over his head. He did touch it. There's your coverage team. And we got a block. I can't believe they don't call a block in the back there, but it's cool. It was great coverage. We're out of bounds. Brophy at about the 16-yard line, their own 16-yard line. Great coverage.
So Asher Friedlander on the tackle. He was down there like a laser.
Friedlander in the house again. He's working wonders on special teams right now. You heard the man in the crowd. Let's go D. Turnover.
Yeah, I think that was Mr. Dinelli.
I don't see anything wrong with that, Mr. Dinelli. We're all with you. All right, here we go. Set up. Brophy working out of the shotgun, handoff to the one lone back. He is taken down just over the line of scrimmage. He's probably going to get a gain of about 2 yards and bring up what looks to be a second down, 8 yards to go from just inside, just at the 14.5-yard line of Brophy.
Looked like Dylan Acree and Ian Garcia on the tackle.
Dylan Acree and Ian Garcia teaming up for another tackle. All right, the Pinnacle defense sets up shop. They're going to go with 3 down linemen. They've got 4 linebackers in there, but they're working 3 on the line, and they've got Dean Vincent, who's running all over the place. They've got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's a quick throw to the slot back. Dang. And they gobbled that up.
Broken, it basically was almost a broken play by Gazer Beam, Dean Vincent on the tackle.
That's good instinctive football by Jack Gazer. He did it, he set it up, and allowed Dean to come in and clean up the mess.
Looking rather clairvoyant this evening.
Mm-hmm. This is great. We've got now a 3rd down and 8. That's great, a 3rd down and 8.
They're getting slower.
Yeah,
Have you
they
noticed?
are. They're not in any kind of a hurry here.
Yeah.
He sets up. He's going under center, a man in motion. He drops back. He fakes the handoff. He rolls to his right. A quick pass over the middle, and he's brought down very quickly by two outstanding Pioneers. You got it.
Dylan
Ockery and
Dean
Dean Vincent. Dirty Dean in the house. Awesome Ockery gets him down to the grass.
I think we got to call Ockery. It's spelled like acre. We need to call him like the back 40 or something like that.
You know, when he takes him down, he hits the green field. We can call him Green Acres, Green Ockery.
There we go. I like that.
Remember that old show?
See, I'm too young, Andy.
Oh, my God. I just aged myself. My older brother watched it.
Yeah, my dad did.
Here comes the snap for the punt on 4th down. There's the kick. It's high, but it's extremely short. They're going to allow it to bounce, and thank goodness it takes a Pinnacle bounce, hits about at the 47-yard line, and rolls back to the 44-yard line when it's down by Brophy. This is a good situation, Andrew. The Pinnacle offense is going to take over at about the 42-yard line of Brophy. They got all they need is about 6 decent plays, and they're in the end zone.
Hey, I'd like to mention Mainline Sales, delivering superior results for our manufacturers by supporting our strategic relationships with the best people, systems, and analytics. Kind of like what's going on here for our offense, hopefully. Mainline Sales, thank you for your sponsorship.
All right, here comes the offense. Joe Day is in the backfield, standing alone. He's going to go out of the Wildcat, it looks like. Here's the snap. He hands it off to Stephanie. Stephanie around the edge. He catches the edge, but only gets about 4 or 5 yards. When I say only, I mean that so lovingly, because that's a good pickup on 1st down to get 4 or 5. It looks like 5 yards.
Bruce Arians used to say that he would take 4 yards every single play.
Absolutely. If you could do the same thing over and over, walk up and down the field all day. I like that. I like that play because you've got a threat whenever you know Joe Day is the man typically toting the ball. When he gets the ball, it's dangerous to assume that he's not going to run. And you know what? We're going to assume that again right now because he's working out of the Wildcat offense. Joe Day's in the backfield awaiting the snap. We got 3 wide receivers to the right. Man in motion is Stephanie. Joe Day keeps the ball, moves to the left. So they're going to call, was that a fumble? Oh my God. Joe Day coughed it up on that one. So we've got a fumble on the field, recovered quickly by the Brophy Broncos. Now they're going to have pretty good field position at about the 32-yard line, their own 32-yard line. You know what that means, Andrew? It just means our defense steps up again and gets that ball back.
Defense has to work a little bit harder. They've proven they've done it before.
You don't hear any stress in our voices right now. Okay, Brophy's coming to the line. They've got a wide receiver to the right, 2 to the left, and they've got 1 slot on the right-hand side of the field. The snap out of the shotgun. There's the handoff. He tries to go up the middle, and that Bronco is ridden down by the Pioneer defense. I saw Dirty Dean in there.
Dean might have had a little extracurricular shove on him.
You know what? There's no flag, so no harm, no foul. That was pretty. It looks like he may have picked up a 1 yard. Actually, he
looks like he lost a yard and a half.
Yeah, 2nd 11. He lost a yard. 2 wide receivers on each side of the field. Here's the snap.
Comes the blitz.
He looks left. He throws it quickly, and it's dropped. And you know what? If he wouldn't have dropped that,
P.J. Carpenter was going to eat him for lunch.
Exactly. P.J. Carpenter would have dropped him. I think that was wise. I think that was a planned move. I'm not going to catch this because I want to wake up tomorrow and take my algebra test.
Student athlete, you know.
Student athlete. Got that. Okay, as the game goes on and then these kids get warmed up, the Pinnacle defense gets tougher and tougher. So if Brophy wants to win this game, they got to do it quick. They got to put some points up now. Let's hope that they don't. 2 wide receivers each side of the field, 1 running back to block, working out of the shotgun, running back in motion. Here's the snap. He looks left. All he does is look left, and it's picked off. Exactly. That ball is picked off very swiftly by Michael Martin.
There we go.
Okay.
Michael read that guy like a book.
You could. So here's the problem with that play, Andrew. The quarterback looked left and did not look anywhere else to look off the defensive backs. Michael Martin could see exactly what was happening there. Michael Martin actually looked like the intended receiver on that one.
Yeah, I would agree. Michael definitely was well ahead on that play.
So listen, we're going to give you one, you give us one back. We only lost 5 yards in that exchange of turnovers. Jack Bridgeford back in. We have, if you notice, Joe Day lining up as a wide receiver. He may go in motion, but I don't think so because he's on the line. Working out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap, throw short over the middle to Charlie Tabor, and that ball was a little behind him, so Charlie Tabor cannot grab the handle on that, and it falls harmlessly to the turf as an incomplete pass.
Well, even though he threw it in traffic, he threw it only where Charlie could get it, so that was a decent throw.
Yeah.
I'd rather it hit the turf than hit the other guy in the numbers.
Yep. This is interesting. They're lining Joe Day up on the right side of the line as a wide receiver. We have 3 wide receivers left, 2 wide receivers right. Nobody in the backfield, but we got a strong line up front. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Jack Bridgeford looks left. He steps up in the pocket. He can see he's trying to get the edge. He's working his way towards the sideline. And he is pickup of about 5 yards, it looks like. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. That was a decent run.
It was a good run by Jack Bridgeford. He's definitely got wheels. And remember, he was a wide receiver before.
Yep.
We are, however, basically committing to that pass, right? So I think we got to...
I want to see what they do with Joe Day lining him up as wide receiver out there. Yeah. His dad looks pretty anxious, too.
He's going back.
Yes, he is, but he's lining up on the... Well, where is he?
Inside.
Oh, no, he's in the backfield now. He'll be either, I'm going to guess it's a 3rd and, it's not a 3rd and 1, it's a 3rd and about 5. Here's the snap, Joe Day into block. He steps up in the pocket, but the Brophy Broncos are too strong for the offensive line of Pinnacle, and he goes down with a loss of what looks like about 10 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down from the 41-yard line of the Brophy Broncos. In comes Crispy Creaney to boot this one to the moon.
Yeah, this would be really nice to put him right in the corner there.
So
and
again,
he's almost done it.
Pay good attention. If the offensive line holds them as this ball is snapped, you're going to see Creaney hold that ball for 1 or 2 heartbeats. Then he's going to let it fly, so he lets the coverage team get down there and get him quickly.
High snap.
Almost over his head. He's able to field it. It's going to the left side of the field. It bounces. And Dominic Polito downs it at the 1-yard line.
Great
Dominic,
special teams play.
Great. I told you the special teams every week keeps improving, and every player on special teams is turning in a good performance every single game the last 5 games.
You should let Dominic pick what's for dinner tomorrow night just as a reward for that.
I'll tell you, if I can get that kid to eat, he can pick anything he wants. He eats like a bird. And you know what they say?
No.
I'm just asking if you knew what they say, because I don't either. All right, this is going to be interesting. We've got the ball, maybe it's the 2-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Brophy Broncos, excuse me. And the Pinnacle ironclad defense lines up. We got 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs working out of the shotgun in his own end zone, 1 setback. There's the handoff inside. The running back gets it, and unfortunately, he is pulled down by Dean Vincent, but it's not until he picks up what looks like about 7, maybe 8 yards. He's very close, actually, to a 1st down. Let's hope there's a penalty here. There is. So we're going to replay 1st down. Half the distance to the goal. Puts it on the half-yard line now.
I guess that's, if you're going to get a holding penalty, let's have it be for 0.5 yards.
So interesting, the rule, I'm not sure if it's the same in high school, but if the Brophy line holds and they're in the end zone when they commit the foul, that should be a safety. They are literally inside the 1-yard line now, working out of what's a 1st and 10. They're going to replay the down because that was a nice gain. He's going under center to get the ball, hopefully trying to keep himself from falling in the end zone. We have a false start. Yes.
Yeah. I actually
you
think
and
it was
me and everybody in the
that
stadium.
Yep.
Once again, they'll probably go half the distance to the goal, take another 4 inches off the field.
We are now a 1/4 yard.
Yeah, we like to see that, but So here's what's happening. There's nerves going on. That's what's causing this. And what could happen here right now, because of nerves and anxiety, we could see a turnover right now, Andrew.
Yes.
And if there's going to be one, this is the time for it. There's the handoff. He tries to take it up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. He might have gotten a yard. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is hard to tell from this angle, to be honest. Dylan Ockery in on another tackle.
You know what? Dylan Ockery, I'm going to wake up dreaming of this tonight. That's all we're saying is Dylan Ockery. It's wonderful. No gain on that. It's still going to be second now and 10. And listen, it's a short field for the Broncos. They only have 99 yards to go for a touchdown. But we don't even want to mutter those words in the same sentence. We want the defense to stop it here. Working out of the shotgun in the backfield, man in motion. It's a tight end. Here's the snap, the handoff. He goes to the left side of the line. And unfortunately, he puts together a nifty run, and it's enough for a first down.
Looks like 45 Dylan Ockery on that tackle again. But, yeah, he's got 9 yards.
You know what? Wait a minute. He's about 2 yards shy. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 1. It's a 3rd and less than a yard. It's hard to tell from here for you folks at home. We've got a really bad angle on this. 3rd and 1 is what they call tighten up defense. Tighten up, tighten up. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. The handoff is right up the middle, and he goes up the middle, and he did get the first down. It looked like he got about a yard and a half.
The tough run. You got to tip your cap to them. You know, we knew exactly what they were going to do. They did it, and they were successful.
I will not tip my cap to them.
Oh,
Not yet, not yet. Amy just gave me the look. You know that look? She gave me the look.
Uh-oh.
I was just looking to see if you're wearing a cap.
All right, Brophy setting up again in the shotgun. One running back to block or to get the handoff. Here's the snap. The handoff is to the lone back. He moves to the left side of the line and weaves his way up the field for about, looks like 7 yards on that first down carry.
24 Michael Martin on the stop. You don't want to see, it's great to have a safety that can make a lot of tackles, but we want those tackles to be done by the linemen and the linebackers right next to the line.
Yeah, we're calling his name too much. Just as you'd said, Andrew, we hate to see the Brophy offense get into the secondary whenever they run the ball. But you know what? We can see it. And with Scottsdale Eye Care, a proud sponsor of Pinnacle Football, they put your visual eye care needs first. That's Scottsdale Eye Care. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Looks right. Throws right. Got 3 red shirts in front of him. Good blocking. And it looks like it's going to be just enough for a first down.
Yep. Ian Garcia on the stop. Chased him down, made the tackle.
Let's give a thanks out there for another sponsor of Pinnacle Football this year. That's Spectra Management, your commercial property management solution. Spectra Management.
Thank you for your sponsorship.
All right, 3 down linemen. Dean Vincent rolling around, tries to get around the backside. Right up the middle into the heart of the Pinnacle defensive line. Looks like he picked up close to 5 yards on that first down run. Maybe it's 4 yards.
And it looked like Asher Friedlander on that tackle. Another safety tackle.
In defense of the Pinnacle defense, Friedlander was playing up pretty
playing
close,
close.
so we'll accept that. Here's the snap going on the right side of the offensive line now, and he's brought down by 45. You guessed it, Dylan Ockery.
Green Ockery.
Green Ockery's is the place to be. Turf living is the life for me. Okay, we got 4 linemen on the line now. We're going with 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. He steps back, deep drop, throws to his left, and the ball is bobbled. I don't know. I don't know if it was tipped by number 87, Blake Donnelly. I think Blake Donnelly got one of those mitts on the ball. I don't know.
I think you might be right. All right.
Kudos to Mr. Donnelly on that one. He broke that sucker up, or that could have gone for probably another 10, 15 yards. Nice job, Blake.
we have, is that Ethan Lanise back deep for the Pioneers?
It is. That was your third down play. It's now 4th and 3. They're punting from their own 30-yard line. Here's the snap. The ball is up, and there's a flag already. Number 22 fields the ball. That's Ethan Lanise, and Lanise takes it out of bounds at the Pinnacle 45-yard line. A pickup of probably about 8 yards after the catch.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that flag is for.
It was thrown way early.
Yeah. Like as he kicked the ball, he threw a flag. He was just anticipating.
And this is a back judge, folks. This is not a referee or somebody that was up on the line. This guy is as far away from the only person further away from this is the guy working the drive-thru at Cane's up the street here.
Yeah. And I think that guy threw a flag too.
Or I think he threw a chicken finger, to be honest with you. We've got ineligible man or illegal participation on Pinnacle.
So is that 12 men on the field? Oh, man. Well, we need to clean that up. And who better to help us clean it up than Southwest Power Washing?
Exactly.
Making your world a cleaner place, serving commercial properties throughout the valley with reliable service, professional equipment, and qualified staff. No service too big and no service too small. Call Southwest Power Washing for a free estimate, 602-757-3688.
You know what? I see them dancing off the field. And speaking of dance, how about Center Stage Dance Studio where they love to put you center stage? Training baby divas and dudes through college, kids located in the Scottsdale Air Park. That's Center Stage Dance Studio. I don't know what happened out here, but there must have been some other foul. Or they're going to repunt the ball. No, they're not.
They are not.
Our defense is on the field, so I'm not sure what's happening here.
Mr. Day, are you getting all this wandering around out on the
can
field?
You tell me, is that Blake Dinelli's dad? He's one of my favorite fans. I'm going to tell him right there. Blake Dinelli, your dad is the man. Matter of fact, when I go to the polls, I'm going to write him in as my write-in vote.
For mine inspector or which?
I want him to be the secretary. I want him to collect all the funds on this field that are being left behind. Here comes a snap out of the shotgun for Brophy. 2 wide receivers left, 2 right, back to a deep drop. He's under intense pressure.
There we go.
And the ball is thrown out there, and he is hit by 22. You got it, Ethan Lanise.
Well, he hit him with Lanise and LaNephew. I mean, he gave him a stick.
I love it. I love it. That's a fine job there, Andrew. Lanise and LaNephew.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't think of that yesterday.
I'm not sure if that's good. Amy, can we get a ruling on that? Is that good or bad? Here we go. Brophy out of the shotgun again. 2nd down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Here's the snap. Deep drop. Looks left. Throws left. Oh my God.
Wide open.
We over pursued that, and unfortunately, instead of playing the receiver, they played the ball, and it was just over his outreached hands, and Brophy sneaks in with a freebie.
Yep, and that's just one of those things. Over time, you learn that.
I'd like to give credit to Brophy for that, but I have to say something. Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, all the reindeer were out here today delivering that gift.
It was a bit of a gift, I'll tell you. I'll agree with you.
But listen, if I have to open that thing up under the tree, I would accept it.
Yeah.
It sucks to go in at halftime after he kicks the extra point. It's now 7-0. We've got just under a minute to play, and that's kind of heartbreaking to have that happen to you right as the halftime clock is expiring.
Definitely, you hate to see that momentum shift, but it was a big one. So we're gonna have the Pinnacle Pioneers regroup, get back out there, keep playing, and think of it as a 0-0 game.
Listen, Andrew, if we're this frustrated, imagine what that defensive back is feeling right now. I'm sure he's angry.
Mistakes happen, and he needs to learn from it, and I'm sure he will.
So the Brophy announcer right now is getting all over some fans here. I don't think he likes the fact that we have spirit. Yes, we do. We have spirit. How about you?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have spirit tonight.
It's always easier to yell at people when it's not your team.
Yeah. It's I'm not mad at the guy because I understand his point, but the fans got to be fans. Hey, listen to this. A chicken ain't nothing but a bird. We got to let this thing go.
If it walks like a duck and smells like a duck.
Ball kick deep. That one is fielded by Miles Stephanie at the 10-yard line. He's up to the 20, 25. He must have gone to Center Stage Dance Studio because he got around the edge. He's still on his feet. He's at the 40, down at the 42-yard line, and there once again.
They've thrown another flag. And there was some extracurricular activity with number 57 on our side, and it looked like 47 on their side.
I hate to see this come back. Again, this back judge was so far away. He was literally ordering a drink at Starbucks whenever he threw that flag. And Starbucks is at least a quarter of a mile up the road here. The fans are now getting reprimanded. They're getting a lesson in fanmanship.
They're getting a verbal lashing. Yeah, boy.
Oh, my goodness. It only makes me love Mr. Dinelli more and more. I wish all of our fans had the kind of excitement and heart. They're trying to sort this out, and they're calling a hold on the Pinnacle receiving team. And I got to tell you, man, if I didn't know better, I thought I saw one of the Brophy players get out of that referee's car on the way over here, and this play confirms it.
He was, I think he probably gave him a homemade card for his birthday. It's, that sort of relationship.
A homemade card, and tonight looks like we're the victim of some home cooking.
Yep.
We're now backed up to the 33-yard line, our own 33. Miles Stephanie had a heck of a return there. Man, that was good. Okay, Jack Bridgeford working out of the shotgun. One back behind him. That's Joe Day. Two wide receivers on each side of the field. Quick throw to the left. Charlie Tabor catches the ball and just scampers out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Great catch by Charlie and great presence of mind to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
We have just about 40 ticks left on the clock. I think that's just enough time. You know what? I haven't heard from him in a long time, and not once tonight. Jace Pena. I have to assume that he's sidelined with something because I haven't seen him out there yet. And that's my kid. Here we go. Out of the shotgun again. Jack Bridgeford steps up. He's taken down, and he may have... Okay. So now I'm wondering if the announcer is going to get on any of the Brophy fans now because they were pretty loud on that one.
Yeah. I think he was disagreeable because maybe we told the refs what we thought.
Listen, I'm all about tutoring the refs whenever they're not doing the job correctly. Amy actually agrees. We call her Flamin' Amy because she was hot under the collar on that one.
And sometimes when we have these sort of bad calls, we like to refer to the Pain Medic, located in Peoria on the corner of Thunderbird and 83rd Avenue. Life begins when pain ends. Stop in for a free consultation. Mention Pinnacle Football and receive 20% off your first visit, thepainmedic.com.
Listen, the final seconds of the clock tick off in the second quarter, taking us into halftime. And on the way into halftime, I want to give great thanks to the North Valley Oral Surgery Center, led by Dr. Donald Johnson, serving the North Valley for oral surgery needs with over 20 years experience. Dr. Don Johnson is amazing with those magic fingers, pulling teeth and doing oral surgery whenever needed. That's North Valley Oral Surgery, proud sponsor of the Pinnacle Pioneer football team.
So the Pinnacle Pioneers are going to regroup now in the lefty-righty corner of the end zone.
In the northeast corner of the end zone, let's call it that.
And hopefully they come back with a little bit better game plan. I think, honestly, we played a okay game so far.
It wasn't a game plan. We only gave up one play.
One play, and honestly, even that run back that Miles Stephanie had, how could they have called one penalty? Like, there was a massive stuff happening, and they picked out holding.
It makes me worry a little about sometimes the officiating. And listen, these guys aren't charity. They're being paid for this. If you have to go in on a Saturday and study film and learn what the best calls are and how to make them, I think you should do it. I'm not knocking them, though, because these guys do a great job 99.9% of the time. And listen, we get calls that go in our favor that maybe shouldn't be in our favor, so it balances out somewhere. We call that referee karma.
Well, should we take a break for halftime?
I don't know. Let's ask Flame a name. We're going to take a little break here from the action. We'll join you all back here in about 12 minutes.
Mrs. Friedlander, hi. How are you?
Pinnacle Pioneer football back on track. Halftime is just about over. We got about 2.5 minutes left in this halftime. And listen, at halftime, I took it upon myself to go down the field, flag down one of the referees, which incidentally was one of the best referees that I ever coached with when I was doing the flag football coaching, of course. It's Spencer. He's out there and he's doing a fine job. But listen, we had a little bit of a fracas here up in the stands, a little bit of argument of not knowing really what was going on. So in defense, not necessarily of the referees, but they call it as they see it. And we actually made a little light of it, Andrew, because we thought that flag came from all the way across the field from the furthest official on the field. And what it was for is what they call, just so you fans at home understand, illegal participation. And at the high school level, illegal participation means you're supposed to have 11 men on the field. The referees counted 12. And that's a 15-yard penalty automatically. There's no way of wiggling out of it. So we just didn't like the way that looked, and I'm going to agree with it. I didn't like the way it looked either, but it is what it is. And like I said, a chicken ain't nothing but a bird. So if you connect and you commit a foul, you're going to have to pay for it.
Some hard-hitting investigative journalism by Andy Polito. Hey, everybody, I want to remind you, you can comment to us on the YouTube channel. So if you want us to say your name, shout out, express a thought that is politically correct, jump onto YouTube, leave a comment, and Amy will make sure that we get it and read it on air.
Yeah. And listen, it's a beautiful night out here down at Brophy. And as I look up, I don't see a moon, but you know what I do see? I see a proud Pinnacle sponsor in Moon Valley Nurseries. Home of the you buy it, we plant it. For the best trees on earth, go straight to the moon. Visit moonvalleynurseries.com. That's Moon Valley Nurseries, proud sponsor of the Pinnacle Pioneer football program.
Not to be outdone is Deca Lash. They're experts in eyelashes, located in the Scottsdale Promenade, or Promenade, I guess, depending on how you pronounce it. But thank you, Deca Lash, for your sponsorship.
And you know what? A shout out to the fine lady that owns that place. She had a son in Tosh Baker who played a couple years ago. He was a full ride scholarship to Notre Dame College, and where he's playing right now. And then her younger son is now on the varsity team. So I'm sure that Mrs. Baker is very proud, and Deca Lash is as well. We're getting ready. The Brophy Broncos will receive the kickoff. As we line up to do so, we've got Ryan Orzel. What do you call him? Legatron?
Legatron.
There's the kick. It's going to go all the way to the, the one, you see, to the 1 yard line. He had a foot that went into the end zone, so they literally should have called that a touchback.
24, Michael Martin pushed him out of bounds. Not before he got a good 35 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice return. Brophy's going to come out to the 32-yard line, their own 32-yard line, as we watch the official work his way out to the field. He's setting the ball down at the 32-yard line. I got to tell you, I have to believe that the Pioneer defense is fired up right now.
Yeah.
Fired up. I mean, I can see the heat coming out of their helmets, and it's 90 degrees out here right now, folks.
The difference in score is a result of a lapse, not a systemic failure.
No. You're right. That's a very good way to put it. This was not the system itself giving in. It was a fluke. So on first down, they hand off these Brophy Broncos, and they move forward for what looks like about 3 yards, maybe. I think we're going to pull up maybe 4 yards, a second down and 6 from their own 36-yard line. Pinnacle is waiting for the run, and they're going with 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs, working out of the shotgun. Here's a snap. Quick throw to the slot back on the right side of the field. He catches the ball, dances his way forward, and ends up at right about the 40, maybe the 41-yard line, where he'll be about 2 yards short of the first down to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Looked like 56 on that one, Cooper London. He came in for that play and got in a play right away. So.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can stop them this time.
It's a tight offense. They've got 3 people in the backfield for Brophy, and there's the handoff right up the middle. I think we might have a false start. We may actually see Ryan, number 5. I thought that was number 5. What's he doing out there? That can't be him. But listen, hey, it was a false start on Brophy, so it's okay. It brings up a 3rd and 6 now instead of a 3rd and 1. Yeah, right from there. There you go. Want to make sure the referee takes it from the line of scrimmage, not where the ball ended up. And that will, in fact, bring up a long 3rd and 6, almost 3rd and 7. This puts us in a good spot here, Andrew. All we got to do is we got to hold him here, get that ball back, and march down the field. And I can see it happening right now.
I haven't seen the havoc wreaking tonight by Dangerous Dean Vincent. I think they got burnt a little bit on some of the blitzes.
Oh my God.
Gosh. Look at that.
54, he's your man.
Juan
Carlos Sandoval. JCS in the house.
Conquistador in the house.
Man,
love to see it.
Folks, for you at home that didn't get to see that, it was a thing of beauty. He literally, this is a big man, and he came up off his feet and reached up and grabbed him by the shoulder pad and took him down like a Raggedy Ann.
Like a cat snaring a sparrow out of the air.
You can hear him chirping now with pain. There's your punt. It's high, and it's to the right side of the field. It takes a Pinnacle bounce, and it rolls backwards. No, it's...
Did somebody touch it?
Yeah, but it was a Brophy guy that touched it. So Dangerous Dean comes up with the ball. I think he's going to go home with a souvenir.
Yeah.
He treats that ball like it's Halloween candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Dangerous Dean. Now listen, man, Dangerous Dean is a good kid. You should hear the conversation we had. And I got a chance to meet his dad, Patrick, out at the car on Sunday morning when he picked Dean up. So I know Patrick and Dean's grandfather, they're listening to this broadcast tonight. So I want to say thank you to you guys for listening and commend you on this fine young man you're raising. Thank you for bringing Dangerous Dean out here tonight to play with us.
Thank you for feeding him just enough to keep him really hungry out here on the football field.
Yeah. Joe Day's in the backfield. It's fake. The throw to the right side of the field. That goes straight into the arms of Zach Bradley. Zach Bradley tries to weave his way forward, and he's going east and west. We need a little north and south, but he may have picked up a yard. I'm not sure. It may have just got back to the line of scrimmage. No, it looks like he got a yard. So we're going to have a 2nd down and 9. 9 minutes, 6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Most of the 3rd quarter still left, but we trail by 7 points right now. So we're looking for some offensive action.
We're getting a message on YouTube watching in Montenegro. Carol, you fellas calling the game. Oh my gosh, you should be arrested. No, you're doing a great job. So outstanding. Well, thank you, Carol.
Carol in Montenegro. Listen, if we get arrested, we're going to ask for a picture of you in our jail cell.
I'm hoping not to get arrested tonight. Generally not after JV games.
It would be an adventure. There's a quick pass to the flats. That's caught by number 82, Ryan Creaney. Not only a punter, but now he lines up as a short yardage wide receiver. He
might have gotten a yard on that one.
Maybe a yard. We're still going to have probably a 2nd and 9, or excuse me, a 3rd and 9 or a 3rd and 8. I think it's going to remain 9.
It's kind of a charitable spot for the other guys.
Yeah.
It seemed like we were a little bit farther than that.
So this is it, Andrew. This is not the end of the game by any means, but this could be the defining moment tonight. Jack Bridgeford's going to line up. He has Joe Day in the backfield with him. We've got 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 lined up in the slot, 1 wide receiver to the left, working out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Joe Day in motion. Quick pass to him in the flat. He's got a full head of steam, and he lays into the defender on him. He gets to the 40-yard line, but it's going to come up about 4 yards short. I'll tell you one thing. I actually would see Joe Day making that play if he doesn't spill half of his cereal on the counter every morning and run out of a little bit of gas here as he's trying to take that ball up the field.
Joe Day is also known as the serial killer in his house.
Yes, he is. Fourth and 4, and guess what? The Pinnacle Pioneers are going for it. I hope that you feel this in Montenegro when this kid lights up the field with a 1st down right here. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 wide receiver to the right, tight end on the right side. Here's the snap. Joe Day in the backfield, standing in there to block. Here's your pass. It goes up in the air. He floats it. He floats the ball. It is on and off the hands of Ryan Creaney, where it falls dead at about the 15-yard line. It was a good play call. I'm going to commend the offensive coach and the offensive coordinator for making that play call. That ball floated up there just a little too long, allowing the defender to get in position and knock that ball away. It's like a long out in baseball.
It's still an out. Yeah,
Exactly.
Definitely, it would have been nice to see just a couple more feet on that throw. It was a perfect play call.
Once again, one of our loyal listeners, Andrew, Mr. Len Smith, is on the phone, proud father of Sam Smith. And Len and Wendy are listening tonight, and they send us their best wishes for this game. Thank you to the Smith family. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys have the Wessons that live next to you. So we've got Smith and Wesson on the radio right now.
Gabe Lopez on that tackle. Looks like a gain of about 4 or 3.
All right, working out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the left, 3 to the right. He drops back, he looks left, he throws left. It's deep. And you know what? I like the fact that this judge on this side of the field did not call pass interference on that, because he had a hand on him, but it wasn't enough to affect the outcome of that play.
And they did not call holding on whoever was blocking Luke Jeffries on that. Basically that guy had his mitts all over Luke even after Luke had passed him by.
We're going to call this one even.
Well, we're getting a hello from Nathan Ozias. Looks like he is saying hello directly to Carol out in Montenegro. Ethan
right
Lanise.
there, I got to tell you yeah. That ball could have gone for a big gain, and Ethan Lanise stepped in and said, you know what? Not tonight.
Yep, Ethan, we're calling his name a lot. He's making good, solid tackles. And he goes back for the punt.
Ethan, yeah.
You know, they're at that point in the field, Andy. I hate to jinx us, but they're at that spot in the field where it could be a fake. I hope they are watching for it.
Yeah, you know what, Andrew, I think that's pretty astute calling here, because it very well could be. Thank goodness it wasn't tonight, but he barely gets that away, and it goes straight up in the air, and it takes a dang Brophy bounce and it rolls at the 24-yard line. But listen, we'll take it at the 24. No more points on the board. 5 minutes, 16 seconds left in the third quarter. A 7-0 lead for the Brophy Broncos over the Pinnacle Pioneers.
Hey, let's say thank you to the House of Comedy as a sponsor. Our neighborhood home for laughs. Visit City North's High Street to drink, dine, and laugh. House of Comedy, a proud sponsor of Pinnacle football. Oh boy.
The ball, a little hiccup on the exchange between the Wildcat offense and the running back that was receiving the ball. That ball was fumbled, and it falls backwards for about a 7-yard loss for the Pinnacle Pioneers. They're now going to work out from the 18-yard line, their own 18-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 16 now. Where we need to get these wide receivers more involved. I want to see Jack actually take this ball. I want to see him step into a pass and put a laser right in the hands of a wide receiver so they can trot into the end zone.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of long passes. It's one of those things I've been longing for as stretching the field.
A quick pass out to the flats. It's caught quickly by Zach Bradley, but he is swarmed over by a sea of red jerseys, and he's probably going to lose another 2 yards and bring up about a 3rd and 18. We want to be going south at this point, and we continue to go a little bit north and back up. So maybe we need to throw some trickery in there. I don't know.
Do you think a double pass?
Maybe.
Get there deep.
What we really need is we just need to protect the quarterback so Jack Bridger can step into a throw and be selective. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Joe Day stays in the block. Quick pass to Charlie Tabor over the middle. Charlie Tabor catches the ball and gets up to the original line of scrimmage where it's going a pickup of about 9. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 10. Charlie's laying there with his hand out, waiting for someone to help him up, and poor Charlie is left empty-handed. The referee finally walks over and says, "Come on, buddy, let's get up."
Who leaves a guy hanging like that?
Nobody should.
Ryan Creaney back to punt.
Crispy Creaney.
Some guy in a red shirt back to receive. Looks like number 8. We'll go with number 8.
Working out of special teams. Here's the snap. It bounces off the turf. Creaney fields it nicely, and he puts up a very beautiful punt. It goes over his head, and it's bouncing to the sideline. Dominic Polito on special teams down there quickly to down it, and 0 return on that. It was a beautiful punt by Ryan Creaney. Actually, one of the better ones I've seen all year from him, and he's punted some nice ones, but this was beautiful.
Great special teams. You know, that kid called for a fair catch and then didn't catch the ball. Like, didn't even touch
okay.
it. Yeah, okay.
You can do that.
I remember that. Well, that fair catch and a lack of catch was brought to you by the Buffalo Spot. We are Buffalo Fries. Enjoy wings, tenders, handcrafted shakes, and our world-famous Buffalo Fries, which I could use some right now. Thank you, Buffalo Spot, for your sponsorship.
That went okay there. I have to tell you, there's a little bit of comedy in every game, and that play that Brophy just had was, I'm going to say it was a laugher. And speaking of laughers, how about another proud sponsor of the Pinnacle Pioneer Football Program? That's the House of Comedy. The House of Comedy, it's our neighborhood home for laughs. Visit City North's High Street to drink, dine, and laugh at the House of Comedy. You won't be disappointed.
I think they paid extra for that second promo spot.
Had you said that? Yeah. Okay, good. Well, yeah.
That's an extra.
Working out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers on either side of the field. We have a false start by Brophy now. Back up 5 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 18.
Hey, the Pinnacle fans travel well. You know, we've heard a lot of noise out of these guys. Maybe it was that deafening noise that caused them to false start.
It'll take them back to the 30-yard line of Brophy. I'm hungry. Are you hungry, Andrew? I say, why don't we meet at Marley's Sports Grill? They're established on the principles of providing a fun, family-friendly environment with delicious bites and beverages at affordable prices. That's Marley's, your Desert Ridge Sports Grill. Marley's Sports Grill. Again, working out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers each side of this field, 1 blocking back. He drops back deep. He looks left. He throws left in the flats. He's got a wide open receiver, and he is taken out of bounds. But it was a 2nd and 18. It wasn't until he picked up about 15. It's going to bring up, it looks like a 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 3. That was a pretty good game for Brophy.
Dean Vincent and P.J. Carpenter on that tackle. We had a couple guys that had opportunities earlier, but you know, when you want to lay the big stick on them, you got to remember to wrap your arms too.
3rd down and 2 now. Brophy working from their own 45-yard line. Here's the snap. It's fumbled a little bit.
Forgot to hand it off.
He has to drop down for fear of possibly losing the handle on that ball. It's a loss of 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and 7. They're at midfield. They may go for it on 4th down, Andrew.
Yeah, I think that's a history that we're seeing here. That's a good prediction of what's going to happen.
Wait, they thought it over and decided to rule in favor of better judgment. I think they're going to punt it.
Let's make sure we got 11 people on the field.
You mean only 11? Patiently awaiting that ball from this punt is Ethan Lanise standing at the Pinnacle 30-yard line. Right now, it's neat to see it, but Asher Friedlander is counting the men on the field. Here comes a gruesome rush. It's a great punt out there. Ethan Lanise waves for the fair catch.
Flag on the field.
And about the 18-yard line. We have a flag now, and it looks like it's going to go against the Pinnacle special teams blocking for Ethan Lanise.
I'm not seeing that one, but what I am seeing is that let's give a shout out to Jane Suka, tuning in late, but go PHS. Thank you, Jane, for checking in. And this is a tight game.
It is an illegal block to the back on the receiving team, which is Pinnacle. They're going to march off 15 big ones right now, and that's going to take the Pinnacle Pioneers from what was an okay field position down inside their own 10 to the 9-yard line. It's going to be a tough one.
We are going to be like the 300 Spartans at the bottom of Battle of Thermopylae. It's going to be a long field.
They're lining Miles Stepney up on the near side of the field. Charlie Tabor is in the slot on the east side of the field, working out of the shotgun. Joe Day is in the back as the Wildcat. Here's the snap. He hands off to Ethan Lanise. Ethan Lanise gets around the corner and gets forward for what looks like 10, 12 yards. It was a
Miles Stepney.
Or I'm sorry, Miles Stepney. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Miles Stepney took that ball forward for 13, 14 yards. One of the better runs I've seen Miles Stepney have this year. And let me tell you, he has some nice runs, but that one was a big-time run at a big-time need.
That run and Miles Stepney's run, that first down, is brought to you by Nothing Bundt Cakes. Come to Nothing Bundt Cakes on the corner of Scottsdale Road and Frank Lloyd Wright for your next celebration. Hopefully a victory tonight.
Mm-hmm. We want to see these guys move the ball down the field now. It's 1st and 10. Here's the snap. It's a keeper for Joe Day. Joe Day takes it forward for about 3 yards. And they need to start moving the ball down the field. And speaking of moving the ball, let's talk about just moving. Made to Move Nutrition and Wellness. Come work out with Jesse and the crew. Made to Move, located in Scottsdale at Frank Lloyd Wright and Scottsdale Road. That's Made to Move Nutrition and Wellness. Proud sponsor of the Pinnacle Pioneer Football Program.
Andy, I'm going to tell you that drive here tonight down Shea Boulevard to the 51 was horrible. And you know who I could have used is a little help from Venture Off-Road. For all your off-road modifications and build needs, maybe that'll get you through Shea to 51 faster. But Venture Off-Road, thank you for your sponsorship.
Yes, Venture Off-Road, big sponsor. Ryan Garvey Attorneys is another great sponsor of Pinnacle Football. Where your freedom needs protection. Experience matters. Call Ryan Garvey Attorneys. Ryan Garvey Attorneys.
Let's keep going and hope we can use these guys after the game. Team Clean and Haul to clean up after a Pinnacle victory. Family run and operated waste and recycling services since 2002. That is Team Clean and Haul.
All right. Defense sets up on the field for the Brophy Broncos. The Pinnacle Pioneers setting up out of the shotgun is Mr. Joe Day. Man in motion right now is number 21, Miles Stepney. It's a keeper, and the ball comes loose.
That is unfortunate.
Couldn't keep the handle on that one. It squirts out there, and Brophy is going to take over now at the 30-yard line with a very short field to work with. Look, it's not disaster yet. We can still recover from this. All we got to do is what we do.
Yeah, keep going back to the same guys. Keep making plays. We have proven we can move the ball at times. We just have to be consistent doing those little things right.
That is not a typical Joe Day play, so we cannot judge him on that one play alone. He's over there on the sidelines, but right now I can see beating himself up, and he needs not to do that. He's a great player, and he will live to play another down.
Juan Carlos.
And Xavier Sanders actually got in there and held that guy just enough to set it up and let him be knocked down by his teammates.
Yep, both Juan Carlos and Xavier Sanders got in. Professor X.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Xavier. Sat in the gym on the bicycle and talked to Xavier's dad this past week. I think we have a similar philosophy on the way these kids need to play, and not that we know everything out there, but Xavier Sanders' dad's a very wise man. I like what he had to say. Setting back up out of the shotgun, one back with him, two wide receivers right, two left, man in motion out of the backfield. The ball is going to number 7. He typically does, not this time. It's a little low. Number 8 drops it. It's on the turf for Brophy, and that falls incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11, exactly what we need.
3rd and long, you're thinking a pass, and they haven't been, aside from one or two we'll go with flukes. They haven't been real successful on the pass.
Yeah.
All right, the Cowbells are clanging. The Pinnacle fans are making some noise.
Working out of the shotgun is the Brophy football team. One back in there, probably for blocking. Here's the snap. He hands off to that back, and he's met in the backfield, and he will not get a first down. I don't know how far he got, but I know he didn't get 11 on that one. I'd say he probably picked up 4, 5 at the most. It's going to bring up a 4th and probably 5 or 6 or 7. My guess is they're going to go for it here, Andrew. And if you're going to gamble, this is the place to gamble. On the opposite end of the field, you have the field flipped. You're playing with a short field. They either pick up 5 yards or Pinnacle takes over the ball at their own 26 or 25-yard line, depending on where they end up. It is 4th down, and it looks like 6, maybe 7 yards to go to get that first down. We've got about 10.5 minutes left in the 3rd period.
Noticing that they're moving Blake Dinelli left and right tonight.
Okay, Brophy calls a timeout. I think they want to think this thing over because with 4th and 6, I'm guessing they don't want to turn that ball over. I think it's a little long at the JV level to want to kick a field goal here, but it would be about a 40-yard field goal, which is doable. And I tell you, Ryan Orzel could certainly put that through. But they're talking it over with the coaching staff at Brophy. They're going to figure out, do we go for this on 4th down? Do we kick a long field goal and risk missing it? Or do we just punt it away and try to pin them deep? We're going to find out here in just about a minute.
There's a lot of variables with any kick, snap, hold, kick. You know, it's not just the kick. And a lot of things have to go right. We're seeing a lot of teams this year they don't have much of a kicking game. We can't take ours for granted.
No, but we're coached very well on special teams, and kicking is no exception. I'll tell you, James Neat has that varsity kicking team doing wonders. So kudos to Coach James Neat. Here's the snap out of the shotgun, drops back, looks right, throws right, got a man, and he has got a first down. Or wait, did he catch it? He did. I was kind of hoping that might have skipped off the turf, but that was wishful thinking.
It's hard to, we need to trump up a replay.
Maybe
but first edit it.
We're going to run a play here again. It's the Brophy offense. He's going under center, which is not something you see often. A back in motion, 2 wide receivers left. The handoff is to the lone back in the backfield, and he is met in the backfield by Dangerous Dean Vincent, also known as Dirty Dean Vincent.
Also known as the tackler on that play. Hey, Arizona Best Real Estate. You need to buy or sell a residential property. For all your real estate needs, both locally and nationwide, we are here to serve you and provide solutions. Call Leanne King at Arizona Best Real Estate today, 480-948-4711.
And a thank you to proud Pinnacle sponsor, Home Care Sweet Home. It's a group home where your loved one is warmly welcomed and feels at home at all times. That's Home Care Sweet Home. Thank you for your sponsorship of the Pinnacle Finer football program. Working out of the shotgun, 2 wide receiver left, 2 right, the back out of the backfield. Looks left, throws left, catches it over the middle.
And a missed tackle. Darn.
There was 3 missed tackles there. Somebody should have got him, but nobody got him.
And in this game, that's a pretty significant lead.
Now it is. You got that right. There's not a lot of offense going from the Pinnacle side of the football. Broncos, unfortunately, now have this thing we call momentum. It's going to be hard to stop them and slow them down here.
You know, you're looking up their record. They were 2-4, but they were actually fairly close playing Liberty.
Yeah.
And Liberty stomped us pretty hard.
The kick is up and good. It's now a 14-point deficit that the Pioneers need to try to overcome.
Just got a penalty for roughing the kicker.
They will enforce that likely before the kickoff, so the Brophy Broncos will be kicking the ball right about midfield. It was declined.
Can't they take that on the kickoff?
I thought so.
On the kickoff, right?
Our referee has the ball. He sprinted out to midfield and conferring with the Brophy coach to see, did you in fact decline that penalty? And it looks like they did. Based on the nature of the penalty, if they would have accepted the penalty, I think they would have had to re-kick the extra point. And one of the things you learn in football as a coach at a young age is that you don't take points off the board.
Yep, totally agree.
Even though this is just an extra point, that's where a lot of error occurs, especially at this level. So I think it's a wise choice. They're going to kick from the 40 just as they normally would. The Pioneers are patiently awaiting it. In the waiting arms right now, we've got Miles, Stephanie, and I think Dominic Polito is on the near side of the field back there. So we're going to find out for a minute here if we've got a little life left in us. I'll tell you, Brophy's taking their time on coming out of that huddle just to do the kickoff. There's the whistle from the referee. Now they're ready to go. You know what? I don't know if you can feel this, Andrew, but some life got sucked out of the Pioneer team. You can feel a little bit of an exhale right now. That's not what we need right now. The ball goes to the left side of the field to Mr. Stephanie. Stephanie's going to let that wisely roll out of bounds, so we're going to get a penalty. We'll probably pick that ball up, I think, around the 35-yard line. Maybe the 30. I can't remember what they do here at high school. But when you kick the ball off and it goes out of bounds before it hits the end zone or before it reaches the waiting arms of a receiving special team person, that's considered a penalty, and that ball will come out to the 35-yard line, I believe, of the Pinnacle Pioneers.
You know who we can use a little help from tonight to get these guys juiced back up again is Ruben Electrical. We have the Pioneer power, and we need it back.
We need some spark from Ruben Electrical. Here we go. We've got a timeout. Pinnacle's taken. That's a perfect time for me to talk about Arena Sports Grill, proud sponsor of the 2022-23 Pinnacle Pioneer Football Program. That's Arena Sports Grill.
Hey, if we're not going to upper crust, we're busy going to upper crust. Feeding Pinnacle football team since 2010. Upper crust. Pizza sounds great right now.
It certainly does. Listen, if you are looking for any Southwestern artifacts or gifts, you want to check out Cimarron River Company, your premier destination for Native American Indian jewelry and Southwest home decor. That's Cimarron River Company, proud sponsor of Pinnacle Pioneer Football.
Let's keep going before this plays. Spine Fit Chiropractic and Rehabilitation is proud to maintain athletes' top physical condition, relieve pain, and restore wellness. Thank you for your sponsorship.
Jack Bridgeford working out of the gun. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Nobody in the backfield to block. Here's the snap, a little low. He feels it nicely. Quick shot to Charlie Tabor. Charlie Tabor sachets across the field and falls forward for about 7 yards. They're going to have the ball now at the 43-yard line, their own 43-yard line.
Charlie Tabor getting a lot of throws tonight.
I wish we could have these guys put these people on ice. Speaking of that, there's Best Home Appliances, who also sponsor Pioneer Football. At the corner of Tatum and Bell, it's your local Pinnacle family-owned source for luxury appliances. That's Best Home Appliances. Here's the snap. Jack Bradford looks left, runs forward. It looks like we're going to have a holding call on the Pinnacle offense. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to go against Cade Majora. You know what? Cade Majora is not typically the guy who does stuff like that, so that's just a little bit of a misstep. Cade Majora is an outstanding offensive lineman, so I'm surprised to see that. And you know what? Most of the time, Andrew, when you get a holding call, if it's not blatant, it's a judgment call. It's very subjective.
Yep, agreed. You know, if you're really looking for it, you can call holding on just about every single play.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jack Bridgeford, 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Nobody in the backfield to block. Here's his snap out of the shotgun. He bumbles it. He gets the handle on it and throws the ball out. It was intended out here close to us to number 13, Avery Bradley, a little too short.
Yep.
Bounced it off the turf. That's going to bring up a third and about 15. And yeah, you know what we could use? We could use a guy in a black tuxedo right now from American Valet Company to take that ball up the field untouched. It's a trusted parking management company serving businesses across the Southwest since 1980. American Valet Company.
I'm going to need that guy to get me back to my car. I don't even know where I parked, to be very honest.
All right, working out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers left, 2 to the right again. And there's a big play down the middle. It was too tall to call. Jack Bridford was under some intense pressure. That ball was intended for Ryan Creaney. And Ryan Creaney's pretty tall, but he could not quite get a hand on that.
Yep.
You know what? I got to say something. Unfortunately tonight, the Brophy defense has been in the backfield for a great deal of the night, and Jack Bridford's been under a lot of pressure. You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of that broke uncle that comes to stay for the weekend, and you can never get him to leave.
Oh my gosh, we all have one of those.
Yeah.
Just be Creaney after making the attempt at catching back to the punt.
And now he's back kicking. That's a pretty good punt. It's wobbling a little bit, and it's funny. Dominic's down there again. Dominic Polito. He's going to down that ball about the 24-yard line, but he's down there with the ball about the same time it hits the field. And that's, first of all, he's kind of quick, but Ryan Creaney usually will hold onto that ball for a second and a half, 2 seconds, and allow the special teams to get down there before he kicks it. And that's what happens. The good things happen when you do that.
It's good to see Ryan. You know, obviously having Ryan as our punter is a strength that helps us to flip the field, so let's hope we can take advantage of it.
Yeah. You know what? We're at a point right now, to the point you kind of made, Andrew, is we don't have much momentum. We've been a little bit flat, and I believe in taking chances at this point. You're down by 14. It's 14-0. These guys are pitching a shutout. If you get a ball near you, jump up and intercept it. It's a handoff. They're probably going to try to control the clock as they do, and that's a pickup of, looks like, 1 yard.
Yep, number 8, Dean Vincent on the tackle.
Dangerous, Dirty Dean on the tackle again. Dirty Dean, done dirt cheap. All right, Brophy's going back to get lined up for the offensive set. They shuttle in a play. Your Pinnacle Pioneers are lined up in defensive formation. Working out of the shotgun again is the Brophy offense. 1 running back behind him, wide receiver to the right, slot backs on the left. There's a handoff to the left side of the field, and he moves forward for what looks like about 6 yards, which is likely to bring up a third and about 3.
Tripped up, it looked like, by Troy Robinson.
Yes, maybe a 3rd and 2 here. So, Andrew, we don't want to turn out the lights yet, but we need to stop this and do not let them convert on 3rd down. Otherwise, we may be thinking of the showers here soon.
A strip and a fumble recovery would be really nice right now.
It certainly would.
We've got a lot of people on the line here. Looks like we got Dylan Ockrey on the outside, definitely shoring up to stop the run.
And he runs straight up the middle. Everybody missed tackles on that one. Yep. That was not our finest moment, I'll tell you that.
Yep. Hats off to Gazer Beam for chasing him down, but yeah, he went through a lot of people. Well, when you sell out to stop the run, we had everybody up front. If he gets through those people, there's very few people in the back to stop him. It's a risk.
39-yard carry for the Broncos. First down.
Yeah, that was about a 40-yard gain on that one. That was a big one, and we had several tackles we missed. It's a fake, and it's a handoff up the middle, and he still goes up the middle. It's a shoestring tackle. I couldn't see who it was. Yep, number 3, I guess. Dominic Polito on that. But you know what? We missed one last time, so 5 minutes, just about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. The Brophy Broncos, honestly, with the upper hand right now, a commanding lead at 14-0. They are going to be content, Andrew, now with taking this ball up the field on the ground for the remainder of the game and just actually just try to keep it out of the hands of the Pinnacle Pioneers.
Definitely burning. We're in clock burning time, 4-minute offense.
Here's the snap again out of the shotgun. One back behind him. Man in motion. Here's the handoff. He's going to go straight up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, and I think it's a no gainer. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Looked like Ian Garcia was in on the stop. They are taking their time on the huddle, that's for sure, and burning as much clock as possible. And we're still stacking the line pretty hard.
There's the handoff. He moves to the right side of the line, but you know what? He's met behind the line. He's going to lose probably a couple yards on that and bring up a 3rd and 11.
And this is where, you know, when we're down like this, when you see people keep trying, keep working hard, that's when you find out a lot about your teammates. Got a few sponsors left to read. We'll get to them after this play.
All right, again, working out of the shotgun. Nobody in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to left. Man comes in motion from the wide receiver on the side of the far side of the field. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, and he may fall forward for 1 yard gain. Bring up a 4th and 8.
Looked like number 90, Hayden Franklin, on the tackle there.
These guys from Brophy are sure smiling tonight. I'm guessing they might have gone to Santucci Orthodontics, even though they're a proud sponsor of Pinnacle football. Anybody can go to Santucci Orthodontics. They're accomplished professionals dedicated to making your smile a healthy reflection of you. Live life smiling. Santucci Orthodontics. As they come to kick the field goal, I just think of Desert Ridge and going to In-N-Out Burger, our local burger joint at Desert Ridge Marketplace. Quality you can taste, and where quality counts. That's In-N-Out Burger, proud sponsor of Pioneer football again this year.
This referee waving his arms slowly was brought to you by Stoats Equipment. Our vision to be the best equipment dealer in the world, now celebrating 75 years. That is Stoats, rhymes with boats, equipment. Thank you for your sponsorship.
You know, and a shout out to the Horton team, Platinum Living Realty. The Horton team is a proud sponsor of Pinnacle football. If you're looking to buy or sell a property, put our 20-plus years experience to work for you. Call, email, or text Matt Horton, 480-227-3311. That's 480-227-3311. That's Matt Horton with the Horton team, Platinum Living. And a little shout out, Matt's son, Wyatt. He happens to be the commander-in-chief of the varsity football team at the quarterback position, doing a fine job this year and taking us to potentially the promised land.
Well, let's hope he gets some revenge tomorrow night.
Yes, for sure. All right, they're setting up for a 3-point attempt on a field goal. This looks like it's going to be about a 28-yard kick. I can't see where it's at. Probably about a 35-yard field goal here. On 4th and 8, the snap is there. It's down, and it's wide left. That ball was almost blocked. I got to call him out. Dominic Polito came around that left edge, and he got taken down right at the neck. So I think the field goal kicker might have heard those steps.
And that missed field goal and Dominic's near block was brought to you by Rowdy Hair. Rowdy by Choice, certified sustainable full-service salon and spa studio conveniently located in Desert Ridge, proud sponsor of Pinnacle Pioneer football.
Rowdy Hair. Paradox Video Productions is another sponsor. Paradox Video Productions, video and digital marketing for your business. Reach them at ParadoxVideoProductions.com. That's Paradox Video Productions, proud sponsor of Pinnacle Pioneer Football. Working out of the shotgun is Jack Bridgeford. 2 wide receivers left, 3 right. He looks left. He throws right down the middle. Crispy Creaney catches the ball. He's still on his feet at the 45, at the 40, at the 37-yard line of the Brophy Broncos. Probably the biggest gain all night for Pioneers. You just knew watching Jack Bridgeford back that he was going to connect with Crispy Creaney at some point, and he did just that. Hurry up offense as a ticking clock is going now.
That seam route has been there. It's nice to see him connect.
Working from about the 39-yard line of the Brophy Broncos, Jack Bridgeford gets the snap. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side of the field. He steps up, throws it deep,
Got him.
And he, oh my goodness, that was a ball right on the money to Ethan Lanise, just in and out of the hands. It will stop the clock. I guess if you got to find a silver lining to this cloud, that's where it's at.
It's the right throw to make. TNA Landscape and Hardscape Designs, always the right choice to make. Home of grading, leveling, pool excavation, football reinforcement, paver installs, and more. Don't be sod. We're here now. TNA Landscape and Hardscape Designs.
Liberty GMC. Liberty GMC, your one-stop resource for all automotive purchases and repairs. Make sure to ask for your Pinnacle football discount when you go to Liberty GMC. Jack Bridgeford out of the shotgun, 5 wide receivers, 3 right, 2 left, looks right, dances a little bit, and he falls right into the waiting arms of the oncoming Brophy Bronco rush. He lost, it looks like about 8 yards on that one. They're out now close to midfield at about the 47-yard line of the Brophy Broncos.
You know, it kind of seemed like he lost sense of where he was at. It looked like he had a lot of room. He could have gone to the left, so I'm not sure. Not sure what happened.
I'm sure the offensive line, the quarterback's coach is the offensive coordinator. I'm sure they coach these kids to stay in the pocket as long as possible.
Yeah.
But it's good to avoid injuries that way. But sometimes, you know, you got to step out of the pocket and make things happen. And I think we're going to see more of that later on, maybe not tonight. You know what I'd like to see tonight? I'd like to see some dinner, and what I'd like to see for dinner is some Chula seafood. Fresh fish in the desert. Fish market, restaurant and bar, now open at Hayden and Thompson Peak. That's Chula Seafood, sponsoring your Pinnacle Pioneers this year in 2022.
Right, we have got 3rd and long here.
3rd and 18 to be exact. Standing in his own territory now is Jack Bridgeford with a quick pass, just a little bit behind Ryan Creaney. That's going to bring up a 4th and 18. You might be thinking punt, but listen, this is 4-down territory. Even if you're 18 yards from the first down and 50 yards from the end zone, you still got to go for it.
Yep. It is 4th and really long, and there's no good segue for Huntington Learning Center, who we'll get to right after this play.
Yes. Well, let's hope that we watch some films and learn a little bit from this. Here he has 3 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, out of the shotgun. There's your snap. Here's the oncoming rush. Big pass down the sideline. Wide open. Oh, my goodness. He was wide open. It was a little underthrown, but he, as you can hear from the disappointment in the crowd, that ball was very, very catchable.
Yep, that is a bummer, and life happens, and you know what? He'll be back to play again next week.
Andrew, this is the way the night has gone, so I guess we would expect nothing less.
Yeah. Hey, we got a couple of sponsors left to read as our defense is taking the field, and I'm assuming they're going to go into victory formation. Huntington Learning Company, or Learning Center. Our mission is to serve families with children through personalized instruction to meet your child's unique needs, additionally providing ACT and SAT prep classes. That's Huntington Learning Center.
You know what? Center Mass Construction's back, and they're a proud sponsor of the Pioneer football team, helping you build your dreams into reality. Residential and light construction, that's Center Mass Construction.
Final shout out here for Wilming Construction. Wilming Construction exists for people to build their genuine place of purpose. Building commercial construction projects in the Valley since 1977. That is Wilming Construction, a proud sponsor of the Pinnacle Pioneers. Thank you very much.
Yes, it is. And Andrew, in sad fashion. If you can see my phone now, you'd see a sad face emoji. We are watching the final seconds of the fourth quarter tick off. We're down to about 45 ticks left. The Brophy team is waiting for the play clock to click to where the referee can tell them to go ahead and snap the ball. And I think we're going to need to take one, maybe two more snaps, and then this one is in the books.
Well, Andy, I think this is a lot of stuff to learn for next week. Overall, there wasn't any like major glaring weakness. It felt like our offense really couldn't string a lot of stuff together. But the defense played hard. They gave up 14 points, and they made Brophy work for it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree on all points. Didn't really see much of an offensive push tonight. It's like we were off by a step here, an extra coat of nail polish to get that ball in someone's arms, and it just didn't quite happen. So this one will go with the final blow of the horn. The Brophy Broncos take down the surging and very resilient Pioneers of Pinnacle at a score of 14-0.
Next week, who do we play? Is it Highland?
We play a football team. I'm not sure who it is. I think it is Highland at Highland.
Well, this is homecoming week. I don't know if it's like Silly Hat Day or whatever tomorrow, but tomorrow is going to be Brophy versus Pinnacle at Pinnacle.
It is Highland, and it is at Highland. And listen, thank you to the production crew and Carl Marks and all he does, and Flamin' Amy for her down there also running the board tonight. And Mr. Michael Day, a fine job on camera one. Great shots that you saw if you were tuned in to YouTube. Listen, good night, good luck, safe travels home, and we'll talk to you next week from Highland.
Thank you very much.